Like I'm thinking like, my mama said that. Like and it was something that I learned. And so her laugh, her ability to enjoy life, all of these things are something that Jesus, that's
bro.
Hey,
now,
Will, he got a landline. You can't put that on mute. You know what I'm saying?
He has to pick it up and put it back down.
Hold up, man. Now y'all giving me a hard time, man. Because I got the phone that used to be in your grandmama's kitchen where you.
Hey, if you got a rotary,
if you got a,
I'm over.
No, it's the dots.
It's the hey. Beyond the Fairway podcast, Dougie Fresco in here, Will Lowery. Will, I am coming off the APGA broadcast. I might have had too many cups of coffee today to make sure I had enough energy to get through that MFer. But shout out to Greg Odom Jr., the Bison of Howard. This man went out there and shot 66 in the first day, 63 today, posted at -15, took the biggest check in APGA Tour history that was put up by MasterCard, 55 bands. That's how much Greg won today. Shout out to Chase Johnson winning the season-long points race on the APGA Tour. He is going to also get another $50,000. So there's $105,000 plus the $155,000 purse that was just divvied out. Just APGA out here like this to them cats today, Will. Just you get some money. Yeah. You get some money.
Yeah. When we played, it was like this. Here, take this.
Yeah, look.
We like.
I felt like the dog jumping for the treat, trying to get it, and kept doing this, trying to pull it out. That's how I felt back then. You win the APGA Tour event in 2011. You got $2,800.
$2,800, and you waiting in line for the check, like it's like a
line. Like it's a soup line. No, hell no. Look,
that thing funny.
Soup line, dude. But you talk about the growth of the APGA Tour. When we played, it was the Chitlin circuit. Now they playing TPCs. They got brand partner deals. They got sponsorships. They got agencies. New CEO and Keith Hulamar that brought the APGA broadcasts out. Me, James Hahn, Shasta Everyhart. We went ahead and knocked that out. And it was a good day, man. We saw some good golf, some good shots. We saw some people finish in the water, which is great. I love that drama of a risk-reward par 5 close there at TPC Sugarloaf. But 55 bands, Lord have mercy.
That's crazy. Jesus. Well, I tell you this, though. I am glad to see that, they finish in its allotted time. Like, unlike Matt Kuchar, who the tournament ended on Sunday, but it ended on Monday. Technically, there was a winner on Sunday, but the winner getting official till Monday. It was a little. Matt Kuchar was a little selfish on that, I think.
Selfish. Matt Kuchar cheated.
But I get it. I get it.
That's what I'm calling it.
Well, we gotta give a background. Matt Kuchar, Matt Kuchar, the Wyndham Championship this Sunday night, I guess, elected to finish his round on Monday. Kuchar was currently tied for 12th at the time. He quickly teed off, sprayed it left, and he said, I'm not playing. So minutes later, he ended up informing the rules official that he was done with the day, electing to complete his round on Monday. Now, everyone else completed their round but Matt Kuchar.
Everybody.
Everybody.
All of them.
But I'm going to play Angel's Advocate here, Doug. I'm playing Angel's Advocate.
You freaking go.
I kind of feel why he did it. It's about that bread. It's about the bread. I mean, it's about the bread. I mean, he was tied for 12th. He made $144,000. But if he had bogeyed, his prize money would have shrunk to $77,000. Now, he's still not standing in line to get no government cheese, but he's worried about his bread. But if he would have birdied, if he would have birdied, he would have made $223,000. So, I mean, bro, he's worried about the bread. I can't get mad at him. Hey, they came out to see him, and they want to see his best. And he just told everybody, come see my best on Monday. Come back.
You can tell by my face I got something to say about Matt Kuchar. Look, let's go back a few years ago down to Mexico. Matt Kuchar wins, barely paid the caddy. Okay,
don't do that, Doug. Don't you do that?
There, barely.
Don't you do that, dude?
Matt Kuchar did this to the caddy. Matt Kuchar did this to the caddy. And we did.
I know Matt.
And we did.
I
love Matt Kuchar, but I'm gonna call spade a spade, my guy. I'm gonna call spade a spade. Look at this, Matt Kuchar. with the decision that he made. Everybody else finished, like you said. I don't know if you saw the original lie that he had drawn. It was trash. It was horrible. It was down. And Matt was like, you know what? It's late. It's dark. And for the people that don't know, it is up when it comes to darkness. It is up to the player to decide if the conditions are too dire to continue his round. So Matt Kuchar did exercise a right that he had per the rules of the tour. You get to choose if you're going to play or not. All right, but look, I don't know if you saw the lie that Matt Kuchar had. Had a trash lie. Think about it, though. If you come back the next day, you get to pick that ball up, even replace the ball, and then you get to put it back down, place it back down, and a lie that's maybe a little bit more conducive to trying to make that birdie and make that extra bread you was talking about. Matt Kuchar did exercise his rights, but he should have finished. Look, here's the thing for me
he
about
exercised rights, Doug.
He did exercise rights. I'm not saying that, but here's the thing. You're not winning a championship. You couldn't crown Aaron Rai the actual. Aaron Rai won the damn tournament on Sunday, and didn't even get the accolades to it till Kuchar finished on Monday. That was an asshole move. All right, let me just say that. Let me just get that out there. But here's the thing, Will. Here's what pisses me off about Matt Kuchar and his decision to play on Monday. One, you're not going to win the championship, so who cares how you finish? You're not going to come top. You're not coming inside the top 10, so who gives a shit? It's the first time since 2007 he's missing the FedEx Cup playoffs. All right, that's a big deal. But still, doesn't matter in that scenario. I heard what he said in the interview, blah, blah, blah. But think about the thousands of people that were inconvenienced for him to come back and hit a ball 3 more times. Thrice. You like to say weird shit like Quattro? Thrice mo. That's all he had to do, Will, hit the ball 3 more times. He could have done that the night before, let Aaron Rai celebrate in style. But no, Kuchar was selfish. He had to inconvenience tour officials, police, broadcasters, little kids that wanted to see him finish and had to miss school. All that kind of stuff was weighed into Matt Kuchar not finishing on time on Sunday. Shame on you, Matt Kuchar. All I'm saying. That's it. That's all.
Matt, I get it, bro, but get your bread, Matt. You my guy. I'll see you in a couple of weeks at the Eat, Learn, Play charity golf event presented by Steph Curry. Oh. So I'll see you. I have nothing bad to say. That is Doug.
That's punk class right there. Yo, punk class, PC. Punk class.
But prior to a week prior this Monday, I happened to be at Gillispie Park at the Mural unveil. Doug, you may ask me what the hell
I was about to.
Mural they unveiling.
Yeah, who's Gillispie Park and why they got a mural? Come on, tell me something.
Yeah, let me get you. So Gillispie Golf Course is pretty much recognized as one of the tightest 9-hole tracks when it comes to municipal that you'll find. It's located in Greensboro, North Carolina. But it's also recognized as one of the sites for the battles when it comes to civil rights movement, right? Okay. It's a place where a group of Black men sought to integrate a golf course that they weren't allowed to play, right? Clearly. So now, in the result, it went to legal battles, it escalated to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court ruled in their favor. But let me get a little more detail. In 1955, 6 Black men started a local movement and playing a round of golf at Gillispie Golf Course, where I just mentioned. They were arrested and convicted for trespassing and spending 15 days in jail. 7 years later, they removed the desegregation clause at Gillispie. Now, this is what makes it so dope. This is why I really
don't you mean they instituted a desegregation clause? I'm just trying to
it led to the Gillispie desegregation. Sorry, I probably didn't say that right.
Just making sure I understood. Because
it's still not segregated out there anymore, right? So now this will make so dope. Now I hosted this event last year, but last year Wyndham Rewards committed to funding a mural honoring the Greensboro Six is what they call it.
Okay,
and they did it, and that thing was beautiful. It was beautiful. Okay. It was so dope in how they got the timelines of the Greensboro Six. They had Charlie Sifford. They had a new generation of golfers coming up right behind them.
They had you on that mural, right? They should have. New generation.
They should have, dog. They should have. They didn't have a big enough hat.
All right. Okay. Hey, Will, I tell you what. You talk about big hats. Well, our guest coming in here, no stranger to wear a hat. One of the most recognized people, voices, actors, comedians. Well, they call him a damn entertainer. Cedric, the entertainer, is coming in here right now to go beyond the fairway. Hope you guys enjoy.
BTF, cuz.
I tell you what, Will, it's rare that I get to say this. There's a gentleman with us who does not need an introduction. You know, when you show up, Will, I got to run through your stat sheet just to make sure people understand how important You are. But Cedric, the entertainer, is going beyond the fairway with us, man. Ced, thank you so much for sitting down with us, my man.
Indeed. What's up, guys? How y'all doing, man?
Hey, said, sometimes he might Tarico, then he turns to whack Tarico. So I don't know which
Oh man, I
which
actually
host I'm
thought it
gonna
was
get.
pretty good. I thought it was pretty strong. To be honest, I'll be honest. I thought it was a very strong introduction. No, no slight to you, Will.
No, all slight to Will. No, we gotta let Will know because Will said he's been writing scripts and he's been show running and he's been starting a company, and this guy still don't know how to answer the phone and call people back. So I'm like, dog, how are you supposed to get all this off the ground if you can't even answer the phone? And I want to ask you this in the same kind of vein. Said, like, when you was getting cracking and you had a lot of shows and opportunities, engagements, how did you just manage life? Because it seemed like everybody wanted a piece of you.
It was interesting because I actually, I came from corporate world first. I worked for State Farm, and as an adult, I had graduated. I was doing the kind of corporate ladder thing, and I started doing comedy at night. So I kind of just operated a lot like a person who has to organize their day. Like I just would make sure we got a certain amount of phone calls in. We try to book the shows ahead of time. And I just kind of operated like in a way like you do any kind of corporate job. So that was probably an advantage for me. Like, I did the thing naturally funny, but I approached my career in a very kind of systematic way. Like, to be honest, like I had jobs and I had stuff to do, and I just couldn't just be freestyling with it. So I just kind of
great advice for Will Lowery.
Yeah.
See, there you go. Well, I got fired from my corporate job, so I didn't get a chance to really develop that business acumen. You know what I'm saying? But it means a lot that
day one, Will, you didn't learn nothing.
Nah, I was already the minute I got hired, I was trying to get out. I mean, I was like, nah, this ain't me. This ain't me.
That's the issue.
Me.
That's what happened to me too, for sure. But I worked there 3 years though.
Hold on, said dare I say, Will, real quick, were you the original Jake from State Farm?
Indeed, I was. If you look up my license plate, it's actually Jake Cedric, the entertainer. My family name is Jake. No.
So how did the name come about? Said, because again, sometimes I think I'm funny. Said, right?
Yeah.
And I want to go on stage, and I want to try this comedy thing out. No disrespect, but the comedy thing, I want to try it. But I think the name is so important. Will Lowery, Will L. It just ain't gonna work. And so yeah, how did the name come about? Because I need pointers on. I just need it.
That mine's fairly serendipitous. The thing is that when people get their names, they definitely trying to find things, right? Like, and I come up with an era where there was like Sinbad, and and people would make their name Shucky Ducky and Jamario, and people had like Hamburger. People had things that they were known for, and so all I remember is that it was a guy that used to go by the name Kodak. He was a white comedian, but he used to go by Kodak. I thought it was a dope name, So then I had Cedric C. Boom. So I started going by Cheerio. So Cheerio
like Pip Cheerio.
No, like Cheerio, like Honey Nuts, like
honey.
But not with the S though. But it was like Cheerio, but like Cheerio. I guess so. You're right. Same thing, right? so anyway, but I got a cease to desist letter from the General Mills company that makes Cheerios and was like, nah, you're not going to be able to keep using that name like that. So I just kind of went back to Cedric, and then I got popular really quick. My name kind of came out of a thing that I got popular really fast in St. Louis. People would want to book me, but I didn't have a lot of jokes. So I would sing, I would dance, I would do all these things to fill up my time. And so when the guy was saying this next comedian, I said, don't call me a comedian, call me an entertainer, because I'm not going to do jokes, but for like 5 minutes. And then I'm going to sing you a whole Luther song. And I'm going to fill up my time and get paid. So I was like, call me an entertainer. And he called me Cedric the Entertainer. I went on stage, killed it. And, when I got up, I just kept the name.
Hey, how validated did you feel, though, when you got that cease and desist from General Mills? You had to feel kind of seen, though. Like, You know,
People didn't get that back, and back then that was scary, dog. That's like getting it's like having your baby mama hand the papers.
That's a subpoena.
That's an eviction. Hey,
yeah, I was like, whoa, they had the government after me. I was like, no.
That's like an eviction notice right there.
I changed my name that day. They ain't got to worry about me.
All right, Seth. But in that vein, though, so we got, Lowery with an E. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some unsolicited advice real quick. What should we name Will? What should his stage name be? Like 2 dreads instead of 2 chains? Because he only got like 2 left.
That's terrible. Don't go up there.
Hey, I tell you, dog. When Doug gets his bifocal glasses on, his power glasses,
don't go up there as 2 dreads.
Hey, you ain't gotta be the chain ain't gotta be moving while you laughing, dog.
Nah, he the one need to go on stage. He killing you right now.
Hey, what's so funny? Let me say what's so funny is that Jonesing ain't the same Jonesing when I was back in the classroom.
No,
you shot now,
bro. That's a young man's game right there, dog. These kids be murdering me, and I can't even come back real quick.
Yeah, but we got to get Will a name though, Sid. What you thinking for him, man?
So you got to hit him like Will Low Wow.
All right, we're gonna keep that.
Wow, man.
All right, we're gonna take that. We gotta get this heater off. He's funny.
No, but
you really just go by your last name. That's another way to do it. Just be Lowry, and then you'll get you can get popular as Lowry, and then people will be like, whoa, and they'll be thinking it's your first name, and then later on, if you start killing on stage, it'll be mysterious that's actually your last name. And
because right now
you just go up as Lowry.
Right now, everybody they snap finger like Lowery. Are you Mike Lowery? I'm like, no, that's bad boys. Ain't got nothing to do with me. That's what it is. I always get confused that. But speaking of Lowery presence and I guess somewhat being booed off stage. Said, you in your 11th year at your tournament, presented by Lexus, and I say that being booed off stage. I mean, damn, I only been to 3 of them, dog. I was consistent for 4 years, 4 or 5 years, and after a while, I mean, I don't know if I got to write a letter for exemption. I don't know.
We'll try to play some
golf. Get a SAG card. Yeah, I don't know, but I miss going to the event. However, every time I've been to the event, I hear about it. I see all the good things you're doing.
Yeah,
Lexus doing their thing, and why is it so important? Why does the event mean so much to you? And you talk about the relationship with Lexus.
Well, I guess a couple of things there. One, we started this relationship. It's actually, like I said, this is our 11th anniversary of doing this, and they've been with me from the very beginning. But the Bill Hammond, who organizes my golf tournament, really introduced me to the relationship with Lexus. And just as a company, their brand fit me as a degree of elevated luxury, but also a car that's affordable to people. So it fits like on who I am. The idea that we're going to do things with some class here, and it's going to be stylish, and at the same time, it ain't for everybody. So but I do what I think that what they come with is they provide that kind of assurance. You hear the name, people would know, like, all right, cool, good work is being done. It's going to be a great event. It just kind of, it comes along with it, as well as just the overall way that they show up. They're always introducing new vehicles, bringing the cars out to both the pre-party the night before the tournament, and then having cars on the tournament, which, they've been, awesome at, offering up a car for a hole-in-one. And for 11 years, they've been lucky. Nobody's
they had to cash it.
Nobody's ever had to cash out. So you kind of hedge your bets. That's a good one. Like if they would have
still supporting.
If they would have lost 3 years in a row, I'm sure I would be.
It'd be the Ford entertainment.
I'll be over in Hyundai's by now.
It'd be Lotus event.
Yeah, they'd be like Uber rides. I'll just be giving out other things like that.
Gift certificates and all that.
I'm gonna have to get I need a Genesis sponsorship or something, because y'all got partners with Lexus. They don't. Can I talk to Lexus? Can you put a word? Will's failed. Can I get just an introduction?
I mean,
I'll do the
figure
rest.
something out.
I find it interesting in like this whole like era of DE and I. It's almost like people just want to check boxes. Like, oh, here's some black stuff. Oh, here's some female stuff. Here's some gay stuff. Let's just get this done and out. But it feels like Lexus is being like authentically intentional, said with their commitment into black golf. As it relates to how they move in the space. And, I think of you, Anthony Anderson, Steve Harvey. It seems like the company's been intentional on the black side of the game. And that's got to also feel rewarding, knowing that kind of, where you want to support, Lexus is right there kind of with you too.
They really have. They've been locked in for several years, not just these individual tournaments, but their association with the APGA. These guys, Cole, and these guys are really working hard to get notoriety to African American golfers and minorities in the sport. And I think, again, along with the dedication that to, historically black college golf as well, the HBC golf world, and just all of this expansion of notoriety, recognition. How do we grow this as a sport that kids can aspire to? How can we turn into some beyond the years and days of Tiger Woods as this representative of black golf? Where is the consistent group of players that are always a part of the tournament, always a part of the conversation, again, and just kind of growing in it from there, even to the points that when you see something like Live Golf take off, and again, knowing that they had, super oil money, but it gives you the ideology that there's also other leagues, there's other ways to approach the game, and again, enhance the game and give us opportunities that, again, could mean something and should mean something for athletes who play the game and want to play the game at a high level. And so I think that's really what we like to do, encourage, with our tournament. I'm pivoting in the next year or so to do a lot more with the HBCUs once we kind of, try to figure out the NIL of it. That's what we thought we could do. Like is approach these players in NIL deals and make our tournaments, very important to support folks, as they have to do the journey. And so, but that's what Lexus has done, not just mine. I mean, Anthony Anderson, Harvey, they're showing up, man, and very sincere about it and consistent. And so no one can argue with that.
Hey, but do you feel said there's just a little bit of I don't call it pressure, but it's like, you go in to have a celebrity event where you're supporting folks, but now it's like somehow you kind of swinging this banner for like black golf.
Well, I mean, somebody's got to do it. So, and in theory, like you say, Will jokes a lot, but I mean, to the degree that, he's one of the first golfers that we met that I even recognized considered themselves a professional that was black, and he had dreads, and he had a different kind of grip, and he was like a person that, fit. He had a personality. So again, you're not in that, staunchy PGA energy, and you're like, oh, you're a pro. You're like, yeah, I play this. Like, you like, oh, wow. And you think like that kind of representation, the game has to elevate. It has to grow there because, again, it represents all of us. And so, I think we all love to go play the game when we're out. We got our group of friends. And then there's people that can really lock in and play this game and need the opportunity to be seen and the support and the dollars that it takes to be, to make it to the PGA is a real cost. It's a real number.
I do remember Lex's efforts beginning. I remember, man, it's probably maybe close to 12 years ago, easy, at the Congressional Black Caucus. When Lexus really started there in the days of Jim Colin and Aiko and all the Walton Isaac team, all the things.
Shout out Aiko. What's up,
Aiko Boneyard? What up, homie? But yeah. So it just seemed that village, along, that is getting behind you and making this thing happen. I want to talk a little bit more about what's going to happen at this year's event. Anything different happening? Who all to expect? What type of celebrities?
Can I come? Just gonna ask. I'm just gonna ask. Like, worse will
Yeah,
say no.
well, the tournament is actually tomorrow. So I mean, well,
No.
I don't know when y'all playing this. So, but yeah, the tournament is in the month of August. We're turning up, and it's getting ready to be amazing. I've moved around. In my 10th year, I know I normally do it in Camarillo. That's just on the outsides of Los Angeles, and but last year on my 10th anniversary, I wanted to do something big. I took it to Cabo, and it was really special to have that kind of celebratory thing. And so I kind of got hyped and was like, "Oh, that's what I do. I do destination tournaments. That's my move." And
How
so,
stressed were you?
well,
How stressed were you?
it was a little stressful because the hurricane was passing through Cabo at the time. This is not the ideal time to go to Cabo, but again, it worked out. I was in my favor. People were a little nervous about coming. Everybody was scared. I mean, we literally got on the plane and had to wait for the pilot to tell us it was okay to fly.
Oof.
But I had a airplane full of folks that was down for the cause. Friends came from all around the world, and it ended up being amazing. We raised a lot of money. It was a great celebration, and it was really worthy of it. And Lexus was right there with us, even though they couldn't even have cars down there. I don't think, like it was a
Yeah.
Was there
but
a charter? Hold on.
again, they just 100. They was 100 with me, one to celebrate that milestone. And so this year we're back. I thought I was going to take it to Hawaii. And so this year it's back in Los Angeles, but we're doing a Hawaiian theme, guys.
Oh, I
So
see how you did
I
that.
love it.
you can wear your Hawaii shirts and come and hang out on the golf course. You can wear Hawaiian clothing. And so that's the idea, that we're going to have fun. Got a fun, always try to have a great band, some fun surprises on the stage. So we got all those things happening tonight. This was a year that we started our AC barbecue brand, me and Anthony. So we're going to introduce that to the people, the crowd, with the food and the sauces.
Yeah.
The barbecue that's going to be out on the course. So we're really excited about all those things. A lot of music. You know how I do it. It's fun,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's fun. It's dope.
I've been to one, Will. I've been to one, and I tell you what, the way Ced organizes the time, you might not make that damn tea time. You around and have too much fun the night before.
That's true, man.
Because I made that mistake. Me and Anthony, me and Alex Thomas, we almost didn't make it.
Once you get out on that course, it's gonna start right back up again.
Yes, yeah, and you sweat it out and put it right back, Ced. Look.
Because what happens is Ced's on stage, obviously, dancing and singing and hosting, and then he gets off and he's greeting everybody. That's one thing about Ced. I gotta admit, I go to a lot of events and the host, couple LOLs on the side, couple LMAOs, and it's pure. They out of there. You don't see nothing. But Ced is smiling pictures with every single body. So that's one thing. When I host my little events of 12 people, I make sure that
you get around and
shake.
Yeah.
Stop by.
Yeah, full eye contact, handshake.
Yeah, everything.
You gotta get into the small. You gotta get into that small meat.
You guys like, I'm a waiter here, sir. Sorry.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hey, so I do want you to touch on who you benefit. What charity is benefiting from your event?
Yeah, this all started, stemmed from an idea that when my mom, I've always kind of did. Scott, my mother was a school teacher for over 30 years. She passed in 2015, but right before then, we wanted to start doing things. I was doing a scholarship program because she was an educator. We actually started this back in St. Louis, and so we do scholarships for United Negro College Fund. I do Boys and Girls Club. Of course, supporting the organization because, again, I grew up a single parent household. You got to take care of those places where kids needed somewhere to go in between when their parents can't, be at home and pick them up, give them a safe place to go. So we really love that organization. And then my mom passed. We wanted to do something for women's health because, again, she was a single mother taking care of kids. And, you start to think about these households where the mother is the father and the mother, and they just need more care.
Yeah.
And so we do the Rosetta Boys Kyle's Women Health Pavilion at St. Mary's hospital. We were able through this foundation to get a wing named after her, a name on the building.
That's dope.
Very nice.
Educational center on the inside of the building as well, all named after her. So we support and fund those, and then many other things. Of course, my dad had diabetes, so American Diabetes. Of course, I'm in the arts, so Amazing Grace Conservatory, which is anybody remember Wendy Raquel Robinson from the Steve Harvey Show? And Peggy Greer, she actually has this wonderful school that gives kids great opportunities to do plays and theater and really, really high level. And so I support them every year as well in a real way to keep that organization going.
How come black folk can't remember actors' names? You know what I'm saying? I know her as Regina.
Yeah, like, we about Harris. You talking about Peggy Greer?
It's Miss Greer over there. Black folk, we're gonna call you out. We're gonna call you by your stage name, when you get out in public. But as a guy that's lost his mom, Will's lost his mom in the last 2 years. Your investment into mothers, single mothers, it's so it's so valuable. So thank you for what you do on that tip. But spinning into that same vein, I want to talk to you a little bit about mentorship, because I think a lot of our young brothers and sisters out here, it's hard. It's hard to, if you don't come from money or come from wealth, it's hard to meet, socialize, etc. with folks that may be able to give you those little nuggets. And when I look back at your career, I kind of see how I'm not saying Steve Harvey was your mentor. I'm not saying that unless you're going to say it. But I see that Steve hits you kind of with that reach one, teach one type of situation. Yeah. Talk a little bit about mentorship, who your mentors are, and how that's progressed you to be the Cedric the Entertainer that we all know and love.
Yeah, I mean, that really is. I would definitely count Steve as one, even though it's more in a big brother kind of way. He was one of those people early on, in my career that actually had knowledge to give and experience, hustle and a roadmap, if you will. Like he showed you how to do it. So he's definitely been one of my greatest mentors, as overall, but even though we kind of operate more as friends, but like you say, big brother style, he definitely would be my big brother, ain't not in the rap way, big bro,
Yeah.
But I do deem that really, very important, in the fact that, not having that kind of father figure around in my life, these are the kind of things that you do. So you find yourself in group situations where you're trying to figure out how to help young men. We had this thing that we would do here. Our kids are now in college age, but we used to do this thing called Black School. And so I do a joke about this too, because I say, my son kind of grew up as my son. So he is very, he lived behind 3 gates and he got grannies and so this fool, he get out there and he think he could talk back to the police. And, he jumping into people arguing and he going to look for the fight. I'm like, no, son, you gotta see you the black camp. You need to learn black things. You need to learn when somebody go, oh God, they that's time to get out of there. When somebody go, oh my mama, when they say oh my mama, that's not stay around. They're not arguing
Yeah, he got to practice driving a golf cart and being asked for your license registration. You just gotta get some practice in.
Yeah, that's all.
Sid, I want to go back a little bit. I want to go back to the seriousness, and I'm saying this because as we're kind of in the Lost Mothers Club right here, right? Yeah. And I say mentor a lot of kids, but a lot of kids that play golf on Steph Curry Junior Golf Tour and AJJ, all the stuff I'm affiliated with. One young man lost his mother, right? And that's always a tough subject for me to talk about, right? Mm-hmm. What are some of the things, as being a mentor, seeing and people hear your voice? What type of advice could you give for those, especially young ones, young individual who may have lost their mother along the way or such a subject?
I mean, it's one of those subjects, though, where if you recognize who your mom is to you and what she means to you, then, the physical body is gone, but she really lives with you all the time. And you got to take, you take strength in that. You gather that strength. These are the this is the truer experience of like when someone, gives you something that you actually use in life. You know what I mean? It's almost stronger than when they're there. Of course, a mother's love is something that you'll always kind of want. But I always talk about like one of the biggest things that my mother is, instilled both in my sister and myself is that your name is enters a room before you do and lingers after you're gone. And for me, knowing that whenever I think about myself and how I'm going to be represented and I go into a place, I know I got that from my mama. And so I give her, so that can happen if somebody go, "Hey man, you a good dude." Saying like somebody told me you was cool. I'm instantly thinking about my mama. Like I'm instantly thinking like, damn, my mama said that. Like and it was something that I learned. And so her laugh, her ability to enjoy life, all of these things are something that Jesus, that's energy.
Bro,
hey,
Now,
Will, he got a landline. You can't put that on mute. You know what I'm saying?
he has to pick it up and put it back down.
Oh no, man. Now y'all giving me a hard time, man. Because I got the phone that used to be in your grandmama's kitchen where you
hey, if you got a rotary,
Yeah,
if you got I'm over.
No, it's the dots.
It's the all right, Cedric. We're gonna have a little fun with you real quick, Ced, if you don't mind, sir.
No worries.
Because I heard that you got a little background in broadcast.
Yeah.
So what's about to happen is we're gonna look at a golf shot. I'm gonna set you up as the announcer, and then I want you to take it as the play-by-play guy. All right.
All right. Cool.
You can handle that. All right. It's our very own dread-headed wonder. So let's go down to 13th. Will Lowery, second shot here, 155.
Will's out there. He's got some very colorful shorts on. That's one of the things about Will is that you see the crossover hand. Look at the crossover hand. He's in it there and kind of he's getting in his spot. The dreads are just coming down his back. Nice, good hinge, good shot, clean over. Yeah, he feels good about it. Good job, Will. He's been doing good for us, man. He's been growing.
All right, I appreciate that right there. Cedric's making his golf broadcast debut. Right,
yeah, man.
Right.
Give you the information.
Hey, I appreciate you, dog. Hey, Will, how's that feel to have Cedric the Entertainer commentate over one of your mediocre shots?
I'm ready to get out this call because I'm getting crushed. I'm getting crushed too much. So it was nice talking to you, dog. Get on up out of here.
I've been drinking. No, but Cedric, thank you so much for that quick note. We got a couple more minutes with you real quick, but I do want to touch on something that's it's not serious, but you guys make light of it in your CBS show, The Neighborhood. We're talking gentrification. We talk a little bit about kind of your what you do with the show, because I think that's such a real thing that's happening. Hell, I go to Inglewood right now and feel safe. I never thought I'd put the two things together. But
right beside the stadium. I love that place.
So what are you trying to do with that show and the writers, and how do you how do you protect what we consider the neighborhood with the new guests?
That is the thing. The show started very early on with this identity that it actually started where the creator wanted to make the show about the white people taking over the neighborhood, like in his mind that, and it wasn't as egregious, but the show was actually named "Here Comes the Neighborhood." And I was like, whoa, bro, like it's already a neighborhood. Just because he's showing up, it's not coming. So again, with that, this is the part that I wanted to be able to kind of show the messaging of what it is to actually come where someone lives, ingratiate yourself with those people. Y'all learn to understand each other and then grow together, as opposed to one person coming in and dominating the situation and thinking it's all about them. Yes, we want a Whole Foods. We want Starbucks in our neighborhood. We want the things that come with gentrification, right? Yet, we also need to understand in that, again, you can't just be standing outside the Starbucks all day, not buying coffee. You're right. Like things come with education and what's the the understanding of growth and seeing it, understanding that it's okay to have a dog with a jerry curl. We didn't know about labradoodles. We don't know
I do appreciate that when I'm on a golf course, when people watch your show, I feel like I'm the person that can answer some of the questions. Like,
Yeah,
what does this mean when they do this? And I appreciate that, because
yeah.
the towel episode, what was
Oh
this
yeah.
about the bro? I can't tell you how many times I've been a laughing stock of my white friends because they don't have
Washcloths.
they don't have washcloth. Like, I'm
We
like,
had this
I want
conversation
to
last
exfoliate.
week, Will. We literally had
Man,
this conversation last week.
I want to exfoliate, and I can't tell you how I've been laughing stock, and that's a culture connector. So I
Yeah.
appreciate what you're doing, and keep putting that message out there so I can answer all these questions.
Yeah, man, it's good though. I mean, and I think though it really does. Is one of those things where a lot of these things are just kind of hidden in plain sight, right? Like nobody would ever talk about it until you talk about it on the show, and then for us, it opened up so much. So many people commented on that show, and we've done so many others like that. But that one in particular was like, man, yes.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Even for the white people, they was like, why you doing
Yeah, it worked both ways. Everybody was
Yeah,
confused. It's like the time Will was
yeah.
playing golf one time and some people drove by and yelled out a racial slur, but it was to the white people that he was playing with. So they were so offended. They touched their chest offended. And Will was like, huh, what an experience.
I chose to live in my privilege, and I let them sit with that. I was like, man, sit with that being called a racial slur. You. Yeah, no, I chose to.
Not my argument, guys.
Hey, when you put your palms up, both of them, that's when you look.
Yeah,
no.
I was like, hey, I did the old base to come back. They don't know you.
Yeah,
they don't know you.
Yeah, you're fine. Those guys.
Seth, recently we saw Kevin Hart go on to Kai Chenault's Twitch stream to show the world kind of how they get together. So, but I found it very interesting that we're seeing like actual celebrities. And I'm not saying that insta-celebrities and social celebrities aren't impactful and important, but we're starting to see kind of a shift. And what I wanted to ask you from your seat as an actual bona fide, been around the game, 30 plus year comedian, is this influencer impact in the game, not golf, but in entertainment. From your seat, how do you navigate and or just kind of manage this kind of influencer scene with people having so many views on the social media platforms?
Well, I think it's fantastic. I'm from a different generation. I'm not really social media based, but I always recognize that it's going to be something next. Like when we came up, it was the advent of cable, right? So it was comics before us. They had to wait. They had to wait forever to get on TV. Like they got on only on the Tonight Show. Well, we had BET and HBO and everything accessible to us. So we grew up, we blew faster than our predecessors, and a group of us, right? Like, because it was more content to be seen, so many comedians blew up, in the late 90s, and so before that we had, Richard Pryor, Bill Cosby, we had Eddie Murphy, boom, boom, boom. Then all of a sudden, Steve Harvey, Jamie Foxx, said entertainer, D.L. Hewley. You can start Chris Tucker. You can name them. Earthquake.
Bernie Mac, Arnez J.
Dale Gibbons, Arnez J. It's comedians. We know them all and we love them all. And that was the exposure that we had. Nowadays, the phone is that same exposure. These kids have their own opportunity to be great. And, and they provide entertainment. And that part, you just can't deny. It ain't got nothing to do. Like, if you find yourself on the phone enjoying them and watching what they do, then hey, it's valid. At that point, it ain't about my opinion.
But the difference is though. The difference is though, when you guys had BET in evolution of cable,
Comic View,
we still saw funny happening. So the older gentleman had to be like, man, they're funny because they can hold a 30 minute spot, our show. When I see some of these young comedians that give me a quick 2 minutes of funniness, do y'all look at him like he's funny on IG? But if I give him this mic and the stage, I mean,
can he bring a crowd?
Can he give me a 20-minute bit?
Well, that ain't for me to judge. Like, again,
I know it ain't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people can't hold on to that because that ain't the job no more. Like, the job ain't to go to the comedy club unless you want to be a stand-up. The job is Now you like, yo, if I get these clips popping, I can be Country
Yeah.
Wayne money. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
can make
Yeah.
loot.
Yeah.
Why would I go and have some gatekeeper at a nightclub telling me
Facts.
like I gotta do 20 minutes and you only gonna give me 600 and I ain't been
Yeah.
there enough and you ain't doing it. Meanwhile, I could do 2
Yeah.
clips and then I can get paid from
Yeah.
Mountain Dew. Like I'm not
Yeah.
worried about what you talking about, sir. You know, so
Hey, but that's
but
kind of how I feel about.
but I
Go
say
ahead.
this though, real quick to their point though, Will. But those who respect stand up and want to do it, and I would say somebody like DC Young Fly. I'd say all of these Country Wayne people who really worked hard, just hilarious people who worked hard from their building their brand on one side and then going onto the stage. Little Desi Banks. These guys, they go up on stage. They took the L's from not being considered funny, but they go up every night and they get better and they get better, and then they take their brand and become stand-ups. And that's all you can do. That's the only way you can really become a good stand-up too, Will. Ain't no fix. You literally got to go on stage and take them scratches and them knots and write a joke and go up again and do it again. There ain't no other way to become a good stand-up. You cannot sit in your room and think like, oh, that's funny without going on that stage and trying it. And you will have nights when it don't go well, but that's really how you only way.
Hey, does bombing and bad golf feel the same?
No, but bombing is horrible. I mean, depending on how you identify. Like if you will, bad golf probably feel horrible. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
bad golf is a good day because I was out there, I was chilling, I was having a good time with my friends. And yeah, I didn't play worth a damn, but I kicked it. You know, that's bad for me. Like, yeah.
Hey, Dougie, that's that influence in professional golf kind of got me thinking about the long drive guys. I see the long drive guys and people model their swing. I'm like, this man can't hit a wedge. I mean, he hit it off the grid. I know it's on the grid, but it ain't on no fairway. So I get it. That makes sense. That makes sense.
No, that's really real. And you're right. And they become, they use that social media influence to get a lane. Right now, it's just about big hitting, and everybody think that's what golf is. And for those people that think, oh, he can blast it, you like, all right, but the dude, he can't chip from 63 out.
That's right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, Will, maybe Sid can take a look at one of your scripts and see what he thinks about your writing, and we'll get that. Sid, Will sent his script to Cheeto and never heard back from him. He said, I think he lost that relationship after he saw his writing.
Yeah, it's tough. Don is one of our friends too. Don is a very good golfer. I wouldn't put him in a comedian, but he's a great, one of the great golfers in our group too. But yeah, he's serious. Even as even as his partner, you want to make sure you don't throw no lame jokes around Don. He'll light you up.
So he quit. I caddied for him in the American Century last year. Man, that thing was so funny. He funny, man. Think about it. His jokes are so subtle, and then his upper lip go like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Is that a joke?" I don't know. So my feelings are hurt, I stay away from Don.
All right, Cedric the Entertainer. You're gonna go play golf with 4 rappers. 4 of them. It's gonna be 5 of y'all. So they're gonna kick y'all off the course after y'all finish. But 4 rappers, you and 4 rappers, dead or alive, I don't care if they play golf, don't play golf. It's really a measure of who you want to go out there and rock with. So Cedric the Entertainer, rap Foursome right here, Beyond the Fairway podcast. Who are you pulling up to the course with?
I got Jay-Z on mine. He rapping with me. I'm rapping. I got Scarface out there rapping with me. Up in me playing with me. I got Scarface, yeah. I got let me see. I got 2 Chainz on there. Yeah. And then I got 40 Fonzarelli on mine too. Like I got some
I didn't see that coming.
We out there rocking. We out there having a good time. Yeah.
Hey, and Will did say that was the last question, but I got to get messy before we let you out of here because Chris Spencer been talking a lot of shit. All right, Lopez been talking a lot of shit. I need to understand something. Right here, Cedric the Entertainer. Let me get serious real quick. Let me get my bourbon back. Cedric, real talk. man to man, brother to brother,
Yeah.
Negro to Negro. Who is the best comedic golfer that's out there in Hollywood?
Best comedic golfer that's really comedic golfer. I would probably say Flex Alexander is,
That's a good call. Good call.
probably is the best overall consistent comedian golfer, like I would say.
All right, it's fair.
Chris is talented.
All right. There we
Is Dondre Whitfield in the comedian world?
Dondre is more actor, but comedian, but funny. So Dondre, I would go Dondre in there, and I hadn't seen him play against Flex in a while, but Dondre is definitely a solid golfer as well. So he'd definitely be up in the top of that comedic golfers that I know of personally. That I would be like, all right, I've seen them play and know, like, yeah, them would be my top 2 picks.
Yeah, he's definitely the top inspirational golfer because he'll tell you to go real quick.
And he's gonna hit you with a nice little proverb about the right way in between, right in your backswing.
Hey, we be the golf cart, man. My easy go turned to easy go AME Baptist. Like,
like, bro, like enough already.
Hey,
I know Jesus loved me.
Yeah, wait, man. Tell us, man.
One time I passed him the tie. I passed him my tie. I'm like, here, dog. Wait, what you just did for me?
Yeah.
Box.
You seem to know God. Holler at him for me and tell him.
give me my green fee back.
Hey, man, take this little money and holler at God for me and tell him to see if he. I've been playing and he ain't been doing it for me.
He ain't been replying back. Like, he emailed me and nothing. He hit me on my phone. I got 3 gates. I just want to get to the 1 gate. I got 3 of them, but I just want to get that one.
I've been seeing your posts, and it seems like God real good, man. Tell him come holler at you, boy.
He funny. He funny with that. I love it.
All right, well, Cedric, the entertainer, you have been beyond the fairway, sir. We can't thank you enough for taking a Sunday out. Come chopping it up with your boy and Will. Thank you so much. Best of luck to you and your event this week, and thank you so much for the lives that you have changed and are continuing to change. We appreciate you, brother, and let's all just tee it up one day, and
Yeah, I love that. Let's do it. All right, I got to talk to Bill. I got to get y'all back on the list, man. Bill, you know Bill, the gatekeeper of that list, man.
I know. You know what? The new beautiful women I see come every year. I know Bill, the gatekeeper. I know he is. I was like, damn, I just got ugly over here. What happened? What happened, Bill?
You had 2 more grades pop up, Will. That's what happened. We almost up here now. You know what I'm saying? Ced,
keep on.
All
right, bro.
Ced, we appreciate you, man, and your years of service to the game, man. Golf, comedy, acting. Thank you for being a part of our lives, brother. Will, I'll tell you something. The fact that I made a comedian laugh might be the highlight of my life, and what you don't know, sir, is that that's one of the people that I admire most in like Hollywood. Like
that's dope.
I was so damn starstruck during that whole damn interview. I was just like a little kid.
I'm shocked that you starstruck. I'm shocked you starstruck. I can tell by the way the questions came out and how you was ready. I knew something was up. But I thought you met him and knew him before. That's why I was like,
I had met him. But don't change the fact that he's who he is. Hell. We didn't play. I played golf with him, but still, it's just one of them things where it's like, this is somebody that I really admire and value. It's kind of like, he's the comedic Jay-Z to me. You know what I mean? Like comedic Mike Tirico.
I'm like that with I guess I'm like that with Michael Chain and Dale Curry. I guess.
Okay, not Dale's son, but Dale. All right, that's fair. But
no, not Dale's son.
Hey, big shout out. You know what I appreciate the most about this episode, and look, our podcast is not sponsored, but we're going to go ahead and give a sponsor. We're going to have Lexus sponsor this segment of the podcast because it's one thing to have your brand partners for Cedric in his golf outing and all of his aspirations to grow the game in various communities, boys and girls clubs, etc. But to have a partner in Lexus to say, hey, this is where we stand. This is one of our pillars of organization that we care about, that matters to us, how we grow the game of golf, black and brown communities. And these are our partners with the Anthony Anderson, the Steve Harveys, the Cedric the Entertainer, the Will Lowerys. Like, seeing Lexus step up like they have is really impressive, Will.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been ambassador for Lexus for came on in 24, and I mean, just how they treated me is just top tier. I got a beautiful car outside of my driveway that I am I mean, I'm front like it's really mine. I mean, but I'm lean back like it's mine, just like Ced did in his Kings of Comedy. I'm got sunflower seeds. I'm doing the whole 9. But when you think about Lex's really commitment to this black golf, people may not know, but they started an endowment for the University of Maryland Eastern Shore PGM program.
Wow,
people don't know that what all Lexus is doing in a game of golf, and I can't wait to see what Lexus has in store when it comes to black and brown golf. Obviously, they're putting things on display, like you said, with the Steve Harvey, with Anthony Anderson. Shout out to Lexus for partnering with Walton Isaacson, or Walton Isaacson partnered with Lexus, just so they can collab and make these events so dope and spread the word of the gospel of golf on the black side. Keep killing it, and hopefully we'll still get that invite, Doug. But either way, we're still going to preach to the masses like we're John the Baptist on the rock, talking about Lexus and golf.
Well, the gospel of golf. That's what you get right
gospel
here.
Golf.
Beyond the Fairway. Well, I've been on air all day. I love talking to you, but I don't really want to anymore. But hey, Beyond the Fairway, listen, like, subscribe. If you listen to the show, go ahead and check out that YouTube channel. If you're on the YouTube channel and you need us to go, well, you can still use YouTube, but make sure you use Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. That's where we are. Dougie Fresco, Will Lowery, appreciate y'all rocking with us. Go buy a Lexus. I have a BMW, but Lexus, I'm for sale. I'm like, if you want to talk, we can talk, but just put it out there. You got Will, you got Ced, you got why am I comparing myself to y'all? Y'all actually famous. So Will, love you, boy. Beyond the Fairway. Hey, don't stay in the fairway if you can be beyond it. You already know what it is.
Dang, that was good. I like that one.
I'm on like 10 cups of coffee, and you can feel it. I'm over here like
yeah.
I've been in broadcast announcer mode all day. So
yeah, that was good.